Accounting and legal for small businesses and startups. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because over the past year, I have been talking to several startups about their taxes and accounting. And one of the things that always gets my attention is the fact that when you start your business, the last thing you think about is your accounting and your legal. Legal for startups and small businesses. Number one, do it yourself or hiring a pro. When it comes to legal, do you want to do it yourself? Well, it depends, right? Are you going to be a company that's constantly going to be raising capital? Are you going to be a company that it's going to be small and you are not trying to expand very large, to a very large organization anytime soon? Are you going to be a company that it's going to pass through the losses and or the profits of the company to its owners or stockholders, and all of that stuff come to play? And that's why you need to talk to someone who understands legal, who understands structure before you actually go and do any of these things, right? Now, there's a lot of content out there. If you take the time to read it, it's fairly simple to understand, or you can, come and talk to us and, we can help you. Right? Now, if you are not planning on being the next big thing, right? There are a lot of tools that you can use out there that will help you file your own articles of incorporation. And then you decide your tax election, right? So instead of going and paying someone $1,000 to get all this stuff done for you, you can go directly to the Secretary of State and file it yourself, get an EIN in 5 minutes with the IRS, and then file the right forms to choose the right tax election for your company. The problem with doing it yourself is that you don't know whether your business is going to stay small, or I don't know where it's going to grow, and maybe you are not set up correctly, or maybe following several steps is not your thing, and maybe you do need to hire someone. But do you really need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to incorporate? No. So what you need to do is really take a look at your finances, right? Can you afford an attorney? If you cannot afford an attorney, then maybe you are best going and doing it yourself. So I'm going to put some resources here so that you can do it yourself. But I'm also going to tell you there are several companies out there, and I'm only going to mention one. There are several companies out there that can really help you with your legal and really guide you through the process. And I'm only going to talk about the one we use all the time, and that is Fourscore Law. We have had almost a 3-year relationship with Fourscore Law. If you are thinking right now, Josh, I don't want to do my own incorporation, I don't want to do my own documents, you should check out Fourscore Law. Very good for your budget, very good decision for the health of your business overall. So Fourscore Law. So should you do it yourself or hire a pro? It really comes down to how much money you have to pay that pro and the complexity of your business, right? And if you are going to be a local small LLC, more likely you can do all the paperwork yourself. Let's go to point number 2, the best candidate. So whenever you're going to hire a lawyer or an accountant, and again, I'm speaking from experience here, we went through several candidates. We didn't wait until it was too late, until we had a lawsuit, until we had some sort of problem that we needed to get legal involved, or until we had the IRS knocking on our door to get some accounting or some taxes paid. No, we took care of this from the get-go, right? So we were building our products, Ayugo Books and Ayugo Tax. We were doing marketing, we were shaking hands, but we were also taking care of the admin part, the part that could actually close us down, right? The accounting stuff, the IRS stuff, the legal stuff. So we interviewed a couple of lawyers, and we realized that some of those lawyers, all they wanted was our money. And some of these law firms, we were either too little for them and they said no, or we actually said no to them because we realized that all they wanted was our money, and they had no, other than us giving them money, there was no interest. Why is this law firm? Why is this accounting firm? Why is this bookkeeping firm? Why is this tax firm good for me? they're going to want to build a relationship with you, because we are now in the era of relationships, and I am not interested in doing a one-time transaction with you. I want to grow with you. So that's what you want, and that's what I mean by interviewing the best candidate. Let's go to point number 3. Don't react. What does that mean? Reaction means that you just got a letter in the mail. A letter in the mail, and now you're scared. Now you don't know what to do. You got a letter from the Internal Revenue Services that says you have to file your taxes, or we haven't received a return from you, or from a competitor that's suing you, and now you are freaking out. So you're reacting. So what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to go and give the first lawyer or the first accountant thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to just make this problem go away. Because that's what you do. That's what we do when we're new. We react to things, right? So here I am to tell you, hey, don't react. Don't react. The biggest problem that I've seen, the biggest mistake that I have made is that I got the letter in the mail, scared the lights out of me, and now I'm dishing out a ton of money. That money, I just want to cover the problem. I just want to put a Band-Aid on it. And that money is going to leave me dry, and I'm not going to be able to run my business. Remember how I said at the beginning that some companies, some startups close because they don't pay attention to this? It's because now I'm in reaction mode, so I'm going to make some stupid moves, and I'm going to pay money just to cover the problem because I want to keep going, but I can't keep going anymore because I don't have any money, right? Now I have to react to the fact that I don't have any money. So make sure you pay attention and you build those relationships right now. Proactive, not reactive. All right, let's go to point number 4. Not your expertise. Are you an accountant? Are you a bookkeeper? Did you open your business to be a lawyer? Did you open your business to be an IRS enroll agent? No, you didn't. More likely you didn't. So stop trying to read everything on Google. Stop spending so much time on Google, right? You're going to spend a lot of energy there that you could be spending on your business. Now, I am probably the king of do-it-yourself. I want to do things myself, right? But one thing I did realize in this third business, because we have people's money involved and because we have a growth plan for this business bigger than any other business that I've done before, then I wanted to get this right. So even though I am a tax accountant, even though that I represent customers with the IRS, I don't want to do that for my business, right? So we bring people in that can do that. Now, depending on this, on what the plan is for your company, then you need to make that decision. You need to make that determination. Do I do it myself or I don't? At the beginning of this episode, I said, if you are not planning on scaling your business, maybe you're going to stay in town and you want to grow your business to a couple, $100,000 or a couple $1 million. There's a lot of businesses out there that run with small staff, and you don't need to have 10 lawyers. You don't need to have 4 accountants. Maybe that's your plan, right? You just want to have a small business, maybe a one-man shop. Maybe that you can do it yourself. Maybe you can have a free consultation with a lawyer. Maybe you can pay one of those online lawyers. That's different. So don't try to do something outside of your expertise, because whatever right now you might save $1,000, and that saving is going to cost you $10, $20, $100,000 down the road. All right, point number 5. Old school is not cool. Old school is not cool. There are a lot of tax firms and a lot of law firms, accounting firms that are old school. Just they're still doing accounting and law like back in the 80s, not using any kind of software. Better Call Saul, right? That's what comes to mind. And there's no tech whatsoever. You have to come in the office and sign the paperwork. If you are away and you need to sign something, you can't because they don't know how to use DocuSign or HelloSign. And technology is not their thing. They're still charging a ton of money to do simple paperwork, and because their inability to embrace technology, you're having to pay a lot more money, right? So old school is not cool. And it's the same thing with tax preparation, right? You still have tax preparers and accountants doing things by hand or using old school software. They need you to come to the office all the time. You're spending thousands and thousands of dollars just because you think that this is really, really hard to do, and that's how your daddy did it, that's how your grandpa did it, and that's how things are. Well, they're not. We leverage technology, and this is why we can drive down the cost, because we are more efficient. We can serve more clients efficiently because of technology. Old school, it's not cool. All right, let's go to the last point, and that is recommendations. I'm going to give you a couple of recommendations. When it comes to legal, I want you to talk to my friends at Fourscore Law. If you need free advice, tax, accounting, you need some tax planning, talk to us. We can set up 30 minutes. We can talk to you free of charge. We are not in the business of selling you things. We want to grow with you. We want to see where you go over the next year, the next 2 years. We're not here for your $1,000. We're here for your $100,000. All right, if you found this video helpful, share it. There's a lot of you who are founders and owners who are just starting. Share it with your friends. We'll see you next time.